Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Tiz. Huge thanks to Tiz and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Tiz reached out asking for a Voltron deck led by Skithiryx the Blight Dragon, and I was more than happy to build that for them. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Skithiryx the Blight Dragon is a 5-mana 4/4 legendary dragon skeleton with flying and infect. We may pay 1 black mana to give Skithiryx haste until the end of turn, or 2 black mana to regenerate them. For you new Magic players, regenerate is an old keyword that effectively says creature is indestructible until the end of turn, and if it would be destroyed, tap it instead. That's a gross oversimplification, but is still technically correct. Also, infect means that our combat damage to creatures is done in the form of -1/-1 counters, and damage dealt to opponents is done in the form of poison counters rather than damage. Remember, one of the ways to eliminate someone from a game of Magic is to give them 10 poison counters, which means we only need to get Skithiryx to 10 power in order to finish someone off in a single swing. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. The Return to Earth Boulder series is unique in that they are made almost entirely of renewable resources rather than plastic. And lately, Ultimate Guard has been printing these not just in solid colors, but with artist prints, like this new Squaros series. As part of a set, you can call upon all of the Justice League to protect your commander decks, like this one featuring the Flash. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order it on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 Sudden I Win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Cabal Coffers, Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, Cabal Stronghold, War Room, Karn's Bastion, Rogue's Passage, Bajuka Bog, and 26 swamps. Pretty straightforward. If you want a more budget land base, just replace the more expensive lands with swamps. For mana ramp, we're running Dark Ritual, Sword of the Animist, Sword of Hearth and Home, Sword of Feast and Famine, Black Market Connections, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Charcoal Diamond, Mindstone, Felwar Stone, Thron Dynamo, Jet Medallion, Wayfarer's Bauble, Solemn Simulacrum, and Cryptghast. A good mix of mana rocks, land ramp, cost reducers, and mana boosters. Our card advantage package consists of Infectious Inquiry, Phyrexian Arena, Sign in Blood, Vampiric Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Night's Whisper, Read the Bones, Insatiable Avarice, Siphon Mind, Pact Weapon, Mask of Memory, and Vraska Betrayal's Sting. Some thematic ramp, some staples, and some tutors. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Withering Torment, Feed the Swarm, Vraska's Fall, Defile, Astarion's Thirst, Infernal Grasp, Go for the Throat, Deadly Rollick, Imp's Mischief, Baleful Mastery, Hero's Downfall, Drowning Ichor, and Sword of Sinew and Steel. Don't forget that Sword of Sinew and Steel's damage trigger can be used to target artifacts or planeswalkers controlled by a different opponent. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Edict, Crux of Fate, Sudden Spoiling, Toxic Deluge, Force of Despair, and Phyresis Outbreak. I know that's a lot, but we need ways to keep the skies clear for our commander. The core of our deck consists of Fire Shrieker, Nightmare Lash, Commander's Plate, Sword of Truth and Justice, Hero's Blade, Howl from Beyond, Hammer of Nazan, Shadow Spear, Excalibur Sword of Eden, Sword of Vengeance, Mithril Coat, Champion's Helm, Helm of the Host, and Hatred. For protection, we've got Swiftfoot Boots, Silent Arbiter, Supernatural Stamina, Malakir Rebirth, Undying Malice, and Caress of Phyrexia. Lots of ways to keep our commander alive, or undead. Well, on the battlefield. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 33 lands, 15 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. A little light, but we're a monocolored deck, so it's fine. 12 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 6 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Howl from Beyond. Sure, Hatred and the rest of our equipment can pump our commander to the point that they're able to put 10 poison counters in a single blow, but Howl from Beyond is an instant. We attack in the air, our opponent doesn't have any blockers, and we cast Howl from Beyond where X equals 6. They thought they were going to take 4 poison damage, but instead they took 10 and died. Hooray for old school combat tricks. Also, I wanted to ensure that our deck had plenty of ways to keep our commander alive. Sure, we'll have to re-equip them, but we'd have to do that anyway if they got killed and we have to recast them from the command zone. But since Skithiryx can be regenerated, there's a good chance they'll stay on the battlefield the entire game. We may want to tutor for Sword of Hearth and Home to protect us from Swords to Plowshares, though. It all depends on what your opponents are playing, of course. Do you have a Skithiryx the Blight Dragon Commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Borgie, Nazwin, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Travis, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, and Devin. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.